G'day guys, this week's trail riding tip is all about hill climbing. Hill climbing can be extremely challenging and brings a lot of us unstuck, and it's no wonder when hills can be steep, rough, rocky and slippery all at the same time. So we need to make sure we get our techniques perfect and approach the hills with the right attitude. Don't rush into it and just blast straight up the hill. At the bottom, what you want to do is have a look at the hill and check out where all the bad obstacles are. There might be rocks or logs or sticks in the way that you might want to ride around. Getting halfway up the hill is not the place to find out that there's something in your way that you can't get around. Perhaps as a gauge you can use other riders to see how they went. If there's riders with you and they're going up the hill first, have a look at where they go and see how successful their line was. We need to get things right at the bottom of the hill. We need to be in the standing attack position, we need to have selected the right gear for the hill climb, and we need to use smooth throttle control to apply the power nice and evenly so that we don't get unwanted wheel stands or wheel spin. If we do, you either got to back off the throttle a little bit or perhaps slip the clutch a little bit to keep the momentum going forwards. At the bottom of a hill, it's important to be standing so that we can use the suspension in our legs to absorb any of the bumps at the base of the hill so that we can get a smooth run at the hill. However, sometimes this hill gets so steep that you haven't got much choice but to sit down. What you want to try and do is sit down up near the front of the seat rather than down the back so that you avoid unwanted wheel stands. Most hills, however, though, you're going to want to avoid using first gear as it's just too slow and the power delivery is too abrupt and you tend to get wheel stands and too much wheel spin and it's too difficult. So most of the time you want to attack hills in at least second gear. Some hills, however, you'll be able to take in third gear or fourth gear. Momentum is crucial when hill climbing. It's really important to keep a reasonable speed up. If you slow down too much, you tend to get much more wheel spin and it's hard to keep control and balance and you tend to run into every single obstacle on the track. Whereas if you go just a little bit faster, it'll allow you to ride over obstacles that you would have otherwise been stopped by. So what we've got to do to get that happening is use really smooth throttle control combined with smooth clutch use. If you feel the bike slowing down a bit, you can try rolling on a bit more throttle and perhaps slipping the clutch a little bit and you'll keep driving forward without wheel spin. If you have to do an emergency stop partway up a hill because something is in your way or you're wheel spinning or something like that, I recommend you just stop the bike and stall it. Let the clutch out, no matter what gear you're in, back the throttle off and pull the brakes on. And then just sit there and work out what your best avenue of attack is from there. Quite often the best way to do it is to get off the bike, turn it around and head back down the hill and have another go if you really need to get to the top of the hill. Sitting there needlessly wheel spinning often gets you nowhere and just wrecks the track. So that's it for hill climbing. Hopefully we've given you some tips that can help you get to the top safely.